Did you know that over 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? In this video, I'm going to tell you the top 3 reasons why people in the wealthiest country to ever exist are struggling with finances and 3 ways that you can break the cycle so that you can be financially free. Let's kick this off by getting an understanding of what it means to live paycheck to paycheck. When you live paycheck to paycheck, that means that you're waiting for your next paycheck to come in before you can make certain purchases. And it means that if your paycheck was late or didn't come in for some reason, that you would not be able to make your financial obligations. This means that people who are struggling living paycheck to paycheck do not have enough money to take care of a $3,000 emergency if they were to face it. And a lot of people would make the assumption that people who live paycheck to paycheck are poor. On the contrary, many people who make 6 figures are still living paycheck to paycheck. The first reason why so many people live paycheck to paycheck is because of consumerism. It's interesting that you can live in the richest country to ever exist and have a wealth of resources, running water, food at your service whenever you want it. You have so much discretionary income. We make more than most people in the world, and we live better than most people who ever existed, yet we still walk around feeling broke. The reason that we feel this way is because our culture tells us that we need more things, that we need a bigger, newer, nicer home, that we need a better, more expensive, nice car, and that we need to be able to buy newer, better, and bigger things for ourselves. Consumerism is like an empty hole. It's a never-ending cycle of no matter how much you receive, you will feel like you need more and you're never content with what you have. And so the key to unlocking freedom from consumerism is to go and have contentment. Contentment is not complacency. That doesn't mean that you can't have goals and you can't want to achieve more and you can't want more. Yes, you should strive for better. You should strive for more. But as you're striving for more, you should be content with that which you have. One of the biggest reasons that people struggle living paycheck to paycheck in America is because of lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation means that the more money you have, the more money you spend. It's interesting to me when I consult with people on their resources and finances, and they talk about how they want to save and how they want to invest and how they want to give and be generous, and then they receive a raise and they're excited and they're happy, and as soon as they get this raise, then their lifestyle increases in terms of how much money they spend. They feel like it's time for a bigger home. They feel like it's time for a new car, or they upgrade their lifestyle. And this is a trap because someone can never make enough money to be able to go and save, invest at the level that they want if every time they get a raise or more money, they go out and they immediately spend it. This is a habit that we have to change, and we have to learn that when we get that raise, when we get that increase, when we get that promotion, when we get that business, what we need to do is we need to invest in ourselves. We need to put some money to the side, and we don't need to just spend it as quick as we get it. And so the key to beating lifestyle inflation is a mindset shift. When you shift your mind to think just because you have more money don't mean that you need to spend it all. Growing up, a lot of people spent money as soon as they got it, and you got into a habit of that and you never broke that habit. But you have to shift your mindset where you say, I know I deserve this new car or this new home or to buy these things, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to save and invest in my future. And the absolute biggest reason that so many are struggling with paycheck to paycheck is because of the lack of financial education. If you don't know better, then how can you do better? And we weren't taught financial education in schools, and many of us were not taught adequately in our homes, which leaves us to try to figure out how to make it. So we learn how to get through our finances or how to manage our finances through trial and error and through the mistakes that we make. And by the time we turn around and we get financially educated, we feel like we are so far behind that we cannot catch up. That's why you have to have a mentality and a mindset that says, I can get over this, I can get through this, I can change my finances, I can make it better. And once you have education, it teaches you about the opportunity cost of your finances. What opportunity cost means, for example, say something costs $100 and you have a $100 bill. So you go and you buy that item for $100. To you, it feels like you just spent $100. But for someone who is an investor, they know they could have took that $100 and turned that $100 into $200, and that $200 into $400, and that $400 into $800, that $800 into $1,600, and so on and so on and so on. And so they know by them making that purchase, it not only costs them that $100, but it costs them the opportunity that $100, the doors that $100, the interest that $100 would have gained over time. And so once you understand how money works, then you spend it. You are not so quick to spend because you know that there is an opportunity cost associated with it. So if you enjoyed this video, then I want you to watch the other videos which are on this channel, which are all about financial literacy.